I read 100 food labels. 100 different brands, different aisles, cereals, snacks, health foods, kids' foods, all of it. And somewhere around label number 30, I started to feel a little sick. Not from the food, from the pattern. Because the same tricks kept showing up over and over. The same handful of moves designed to make you read a label, feel good about what's inside, and put it in your cart without ever realizing what just happened. So today I'm going to show you exactly what I found. By the end of this, you'll be able to pick up any package in any store and see straight through it in about 10 seconds. And the last trick, number 1, is the sneakiest of them all. It's on products you're feeding your family right now, and almost nobody catches it. Stick around for that. Let's start. The first thing I noticed? Sugar was almost never called sugar. I'd flip a box over expecting to see the word, and instead I'd see cane juice, or malt syrup, or dextrose, or maltodextrin, or fruit juice concentrate, or agave, or rice syrup. There are more than 50 different names the industry can use for what is, functionally, sugar. And this isn't an accident. It's the whole point. Because when sugar wears a costume, 2 things happen. 1, you don't recognize it. And 2, and this is the clever part, they can spread it across several different names so that no single one of them looks like a main ingredient. We'll come back to that because it's the foundation of the number 1 trick. For now, just burn this into your memory. If a word ends in OSE, dextrose, fructose, maltose, or it's got the words syrup, nectar, or juice concentrate in it, that's sugar. Full stop. The second trick almost made me laugh because it's so simple and so effective. The serving size lie. Here's how it works. Every number on that label, the calories, the sugar, the fat, is based on a serving size, and the company gets to decide what a serving is. So what do? They make the serving tiny, unrealistically tiny. I found a bottle of soda labeled as 2.5 servings. Who drinks half a bottle and saves the rest? A bag of chips? 3 servings. When everyone I know finishes the bag. A tub of ice cream that quietly says 4 servings, sometimes more. So when you glance at the label and think, oh, only 140 calories, not bad. You have to stop and ask, 140 calories of what? Of the whole thing? Or of the 3 bites they've decided count as a serving? Multiply it out, and the real number is often 2, 3, 4 times what you assumed. The fix is simple. Before you read a single number, look at the serving size and ask yourself honestly, how much of this am I actually going to eat? Then do the math. The third trick is my personal favorite because it's technically legal and completely misleading. The zero that isn't zero. You've seen it. 0 grams trans fat. 0 sugar. Big and bold on the front. Here's the loophole. In a lot of places, if a serving contains less than half a gram, the company is allowed to round it down to 0. And remember trick number 2? They control the serving size. So watch this combo. Make the serving small enough that each serving has just under half a gram of something you don't want. Round it down to 0. Print 0 grams on the front in giant letters. And now a product that's genuinely full of that ingredient across a realistic portion gets to legally call itself 0. How do you catch it? Ignore the big claim on the front. Flip it over and read the ingredients. If the thing they swear is at 0 is sitting right there in the ingredients list, you have your answer. Which brings me to the 4th trick, and this is where the front of the package really shows its true colors. The words that legally mean nothing. Natural, multigrain, made with real fruit, wholesome, farmhouse, garden fresh. I saw these on dozens of packages, and here's what I learned. Most of these words are not regulated in any meaningful way. Natural barely means anything. Multigrain just means more than 1 grain. It says nothing about whether they're whole or refined. Made with real fruit can mean a trace, a splash, barely a whisper of actual fruit in a product that's mostly sugar and starch. These words aren't there to inform you. They're there to make you feel something. Comfort, trust, nostalgia. They're decoration. And the golden rule I came away with is this. The front of the package is advertising. The back of the package is the truth. Train yourself to skip the front entirely.
Trick number 5 is the one that fools the most health-conscious people, the ones actually trying. No added sugar. It sounds like a promise, right? But here's what I found hiding behind it. Sometimes no added sugar just means they used something naturally loaded with sugar instead, like a huge amount of fruit juice concentrate, which behaves in your body a lot like the sugar they swore they didn't add. Other times, no added sugar products are packed with sugar alcohols and artificial sweeteners to keep them sweet, which come with their own baggage for a lot of people. So, no added sugar doesn't automatically mean low sugar, and it definitely doesn't mean healthy. It means one specific thing about one specific ingredient, and they're counting on you to hear it as a much bigger promise than it actually is. Trick number 6 I almost missed because it's dressed up to sound like a good thing. Enriched and fortified. Sounds generous, doesn't it? Like they added something extra for you. But think about why a food needs to be enriched in the first place. Usually, it's because the natural nutrients were stripped out during heavy processing. Take a whole grain, strip away the fiber and most of the nutrients to make it soft and shelf-stable. And then, at the very end, add a few synthetic vitamins back and call it enriched. It's like taking money out of your wallet, handing you back a fraction of it, and expecting a thank you. Fortified and enriched are often a quiet signal that something valuable was removed first. Not always, but often enough that it should make you look closer, not relax. And now, trick number 1, the one I promised you, the sneakiest thing I found across all 100 labels. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Remember the very first trick, all those different names for sugar? Here's why that matters so much. By law, ingredients are listed in order of weight, most first, least last. So if sugar were listed as one single ingredient, it would often land right at the top of the list, first or second, and you'd see immediately how much of the product it really is. So here's what they do. They split the sugar. Instead of using one type of sugar that would sit at number 1, they use 3, 4, 5 different types. A little cane sugar, a little corn syrup, a little fruit juice concentrate, a little dextrose. Each one, on its own, is a small enough amount to sit lower down the list, so none of them appears near the top. But add them all back together, sugar would be, by far, the number 1 ingredient in the entire product. They've just scattered it across the label so your eye never connects the dots. This is the trick that ties every other trick together. It's legal, it's everywhere, and it's specifically engineered so that a product that is mostly sugar can look like it barely contains any. Here's how you beat it. Don't just look at the first ingredient. Scan the whole list, and every time you see a sugar in disguise, one of those unsee words, a syrup, a nectar, a juice concentrate, mentally added to a running pile. If you count 3, 4, 5 different sugars scattered through one ingredient list, you've caught them. That, right there, is a sugar product wearing a very clever disguise. So that's what 100 labels taught me. Sugar hides under dozens of names. Serving sizes are shrunk to shrink the scary numbers. 0 often means just under the rounding limit. The front of the package is advertising, not information. No added sugar, enriched, and natural are engineered to make you feel a promise they never actually made. And the biggest trick of all is simply splitting one ingredient into many so you never see how much is really there. Here's the good news. You don't have to memorize all of this. You just need one habit. Flip the package over, read the ingredients, and trust that list over every word on the front. That single habit puts you ahead of almost everyone in the store. And if you want this kind of thing handed to you regularly, the tricks, the swaps, the "wait, is this actually healthy?" answers, in plain language with no hype, that is exactly what the Healthy Mail is. It's a free newsletter where over 50,000 people get simple, science-backed clarity a few times a week. No fear-mongering, no products in disguise. The link's in the description. Come join us. And if you want the done-for-you version, I've packed over 180 recipes into the complete healthy eating bundle. Breakfasts, lunches, dinners, snacks, smoothies, even desserts, all built around real food with none of the label tricks we just talked about. It's linked down below. Make sure to use code 2026 for 70% off. If you learned something new today, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.